Welcome to Selenium WebDriver Training Session 35. This is Haradhan once again as usual. Today in this session I will discuss how with the help of ByChained Locator in Selenium WebDriver we can identify any web element available in any web page. Thank you all for watching my videos. In case you are enjoying my videos and learning automation testing and Java, please like and share my videos. Do not forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you will get notification as and when I will upload any new videos. Do not forget to provide your valuable comment for any input or suggestion. Stay tuned for my next videos. So whenever you want to identify any element web page, right, you can use any of the element locators, right. 8 element locators there, like name, class name, id, link text, partial link text, tag name, and in case none of the attribute, through using none of these element locator you are not able to find your element, then you can create your own XPath or CSS. But still, in case the element is not uniquely identifiable, okay, so you have to use some, right, parent, child and grandparent combinations, so that some of the properties you will use for the parent and some of the properties you will use for the child and some of the grandparent. That's why you can identify an element. After that you can perform the operation, any kind of operation for the element, right. In case it is text box, you can send some keys. If it is a link, you can click on that link, right. If it is the image also, you can click on that, okay. So once the object identification is done, you can perform the relevant operation based on the type of the object, right. So ByChained is an extra special locator in Selenium WebDriver which help user to find the element based on the parent element, and it accepts an unlimited number of locators. The sequence is parent, child, grandparent, great grandchild and target, okay. So you can use n number of locator here, okay. So you can use one attribute from the parent, one attribute from the grandparent, right, or one attribute from the child, grandchild, like that. So by this means you can identify the element first. After that you can, once the element identification is done, you can perform any operation, okay. Mechanism used to locate element within a document using a series of other lookup. The class will find all DOM elements that matches each of the locator in sequence. So this is the syntax: diver.find element new ByChained, that class you need to use, and then you have to use the provide the reference by 1 by 2, like that. User will find all element that matches by 2, okay, and appear under an element that matches by 1, okay. So by 1 obviously your parent. So obviously whenever you are entering the difference to the parent, so it will try to identify all the elements from the parent. After that, whenever you are giving the specific condition, then it will identify the one specific element, right. Because from the parent, right, whenever you are giving some attribute parent, id or class, so parent can have 10 attributes, right. But whenever you are using parent and child, specific child, so only it will highlight your child. That's why you can immediately identify the element with the help of ByChained class. The ByChained class is a constructor which takes variable argument of type by instance, so that user can pass multiple instance of by, okay. Now I will show you how we can use the ByChained, and identify with the help of ByChained class we can identify element. After that we can perform any operation, okay. So here I have created the class ByChained locator in the package WebDriver training and in the project Selenium training, right. So here I have setting the properties first, right, for the Chrome drivers. Then I am instantiating the Chrome driver. After that I am maximizing it and passing the URL for Google. Then I am waiting for maybe 20 seconds implicit timeout I have given, okay. So here let's open the Google page, okay. Google page has been opened, okay. Okay, now I want to click on that particular search box, okay. But say the search box, whatever element property is showing, it is not uniquely identifiable, right. Here you can identify it, but maybe some of the cases with the child property it is not uniquely identifiable. Object identification is not possible. So you have to use the parent properties or grandparent properties along with the child properties, okay. So let's click on the F12 button from your keyboard, so that inspect item will come in, inspector item, right. Inspect, and you can mouse over to the particular field Here you can see the name is Q, right? So say by name you are not able to identify the element, okay, uniquely. So you have to go to the parent, right? So this is the parent, right? For all the section, this is the parent here, okay. So parent, you can see there is a class attribute is there, okay. So let's use the class attribute of the parent and the name attribute of the child, so that the object should be uniquely identifiable, right? With the help of parent and child combination, to attribute combination, that should be unique. Sometimes the name Q say it can be present for the other element as well, right? So obviously it is not possible to identify the with the help of name Q. So you have to use the parent and child combination, and you have to use that particular ByChained class. Okay. So here to select to identify the element first, I have to use driver dot find element. Then here you need to use new keyword ByChained. Okay. You need to give bracket. That is the syntax, right? ByChained. Then bracket. You need to give by dot, right, class. I can use some class. Okay. By dot class. Here I can provide some class reference, sorry, class name. By dot class name, right? I have to use the particular properties or element locator, right? This class name is the one element locator. I have to give the class name of the parent here, right? So class name of the parent is this. So I am taking the class name of the parent here. Then I will use the child reference by dot name. Okay. So here name of the child is, this is the parent, right? You can see the parent is coming, and here if I go to the child, okay, if you select child locator is coming, so name is Q, right? So with the help of parent and child combination, I want to identify the element, so I am giving Q only. Okay. So you can see some error message is coming. You need to import the ByChained class, right, from the org.openqr.selenium.support.page factory, right? Once you import, after that if you dot enter in, right, dot button, you can see send keys, all the operation will be coming, right? So I can send keys some. So suppose in the search box I want to enter Selenium WebDriver. Okay. Okay. So with the help of class name of my parent and the name of my child, right? This is the name attribute of the child, and this is the class attribute of my parent, right? That is the class A8SBWF, right? You can see all the element section is getting highlighted, parent section, right? So I have given the class attribute of parent and the child attribute of the name. So by means of which I want to inspect the element, I want to identify the element search box. Then I want to, once the identification is done, I want to perform the operation. This is text box, so I want to enter some keys here. Okay, Selenium WebDriver. Let's run the key the code and let's see whether it's working fine with the help of, right, ByChained class available in the support dot org.openqr.selenium support.pagefactory.bychain, I mean page factory packages. So it is opening the Chrome browsers, it is maximizing the Chrome browser, it will pass the URL for the Google's, then identify the search box and it will enter the value, right? It's working fine, right? So with the help of parent and child combination properties, it is still working fine. Okay. Now after that, say I want to identify another element, okay, in the Google page. Suppose I want to click on the Gmail link, okay. So let's highlight the Gmail link here. So you can see the class is coming gb-g, okay, and I mean data PID is 23. So let's create a XPath first for the particular attribute, right, for the particular link, okay. So here I can use the class, right. So tag name is A. So how can you create the XPath? Press Ctrl F. First you need to double slash, then tag name, okay, then third bracket, then at the rate, right, locator name, which is the class, sorry, attribute name, class equal to sign, and the value, attribute value. and you need to close, right? You can see here one of two properties coming, right? So you need to identify uniquely, right? So I will use that that data hyphen PID along with that particular class. So and at the rate sign again, data hyphen PID equal to value is 23, equal to value is 23. Okay, you can see now one of one property is coming, right? So maybe sometime whatever expert is creating, right, with the expert only it is not able to identify the object uniquely, because that expert can contain the other two of the element, right? So I will use that expert once. After that I will go to the parent level. So this is the my parent level, right? You can see if you select the parent level class, so right, that particular all the parent section is getting highlighted, right? So I will use the parent class and the child level expert. Okay, so let's comment out, I mean put the expert name here, otherwise helpful. Okay, here I will use driver dot find element. Here it will be again new keyword, right, by chain. Okay, and here you need to give by dot class name, and you can give the class name of your parent, right? This is the class name. I can give this section only xgb underscore xa, that particular section I will give. So whenever there is a space, no need to give that particular section after space, so you need to give the before space section, otherwise it will not be identifiable uniquely. Then I will give comma, then I will use the by expert properties expert. Okay, so I will use that expert. So that is the expert, right? Okay, and as it is a link, I need to click up right on the link. Okay, so let's run the code and let's see what is happening. So here it will enter the value in the Selenium in the search, Google search text box, Selenium WebDriver, or change it. Okay, Selenium test ng, and after that it will identify the particular, right, Gmail link with the help of the expert whatever I have given, with the right parent properties class and child properties expert. Okay, so it is uniquely identified only one. Okay, so after that it will click on the Gmail link. Let's see whether my code is running properly or not. So it is entering Selenium test engine, is clicking on the right link, Gmail link. You can see new Gmail is coming, you can see. So if my code is working fine, right? So wherever you are not able to identify a child or grandchild, right, element uniquely, so you can use, right, parent child, grandchild, grandchild and target at the same time, right, with comma separation, so that with the help of multiple attribute you can uniquely identify the element, right, with a series of other lookup. Okay, now let's change one of the property, right, the class name for the search, right, say for the search. Okay, for the Google search box, obviously that particular queue is name is queue fine and class name is absolutely fine, A8 SBW8 F. Now let's change the class name. Okay, which will not match. So now what happens? It will not able to identify the web element uniquely, right? And it will throw, and it will not go to the next line of code. It will not execute the next line of code because it is failing. Okay, let's see. So here the parent combination I have given, the class limit is wrong and child combination is correct, right? But it will not it will not identify the property, because object identification here is happening with the help of parent child attribute combination, not the unique combination of the child only, right? So let's run the code and let's see what is happening here. So it will launch the Chrome browsers, it will maximize it, it will pass the URL for Google, then it will try to identify the search box element, Google search, with the help of parent child combination. But here I have given wrong thing for the parent, right? Parent class name I have given, you can see it's not entering the value. and it will obviously not click on the Gmail. It will not proceed to the next step because it is previous step is getting failed here, right? If you go to the console, you can see still it is working, because I mean you need to wait for the implicit timeout whatever is given, because here it is given 20 seconds, so you have to wait 20 seconds. In 20 seconds it will try to identify the element, right? Whatever implicit timeout you have given, after that it will throw the error. Okay, so let's see after 20 seconds what is happening here. Okay, 20 seconds gone, you can see right now error message is coming. rg.openqa selenium no such element exceptions cannot locate an element using ByChained class name, right? That and class name q, right? And you can see it is for documentation of this error, please visit org.exception no such element, and it is giving all the relevant error message, right? ByChained Java 51 355 15 and 8. So let's correct it. Okay, for the first element let's correct it, and for the second element let's change it, the wrong thing. Okay, so for the second element I am okay changing it to wrong class name, but the first element is perfectly fine. So class and name combination for the parent child combination is fine, for the second element combination is not fine. Okay, so what will happen? So the first it will enter the value, right? Selenium test ng or selenium training, but for the link it will not be able to click. You have to wait for the timeout whatever you have given. Suppose let's change it to 10 seconds, so you have to wait for 10 seconds. After that it will throw the error, the element not found, right? Cannot locate the element whatever your class name or name is given, right? Exactly. So that's why you can identify the root cause of your code whatever is displayed, and after that you can correct your code, right? So it will open the Chrome browser, it will maximize the browser, it will pass the URL for Google's. It will try to identify the search box. It will enter the value Selenium training. After that, it will try to identify the element Gmail, which is not correct because the parent class name I have given wrong, but child expert I have given correct, absolutely correct. So after waiting for the timeout 10 seconds whatever you have given, it will throw the error for the second line of code, right? You can go to the console, you can see right now no such element exceptions cannot locate an element using ByChained, right? The class name it's giving, right? xgb-xa11 and expert also whatever you have entered. So you can correct it. Now if you correct it here, if you want to print some value, so console you will print it out. Implementation of ByChained Locator. Okay, so that output will be displayed, right? So it will first enter the Google search box some value Selenium training, and after that it will click on that link, Gmail link, and it will end, I mean give you the output, right? Let's run the code and let's see now it is working fine or not. So it is launching the Chrome browsers, it will maximize the browser, it will pass the URL for Google's, it will enter the value Selenium training, after that it will click on the Gmail link, and after that it will print you the output in the console whatever you have given here. So your line of code is working fine. You can see implementation of ByChained Locator technique. Okay, so my code is absolutely working fine. That's why you can use ByChained class available in org.openqa.selenium.support.page packages, right? Okay, so whenever we will not able to find uniquely a element, so you have to use parent child grandparent I mean great grandchild and target combination. So with the help of ByChained you can provide the difference of all the sections, right? Multiple series of lookups. So after that, once object identification object or element identification is done, based on the object type you can perform the different type kind of operation. Okay, so that's all for today's session. Thank you.